Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and believe it or not, we're up to video 7, I think. Yeah, video 7. Let's see. Yep, video 7. Wow. All right. So, in this video, we're actually going to discuss how to create discussions in your classroom. Now, this is something that's kind of niche. Not a lot of teachers use this, but I think it's a helpful tool, especially if you want to create some substantive discussions among your students, even if they're not in the same class period, or if they're learning at home and you want to kind of pull those kids into the overall class environment. Um, this can be an extremely valuable tool in your class if you use it effectively. And so I'm going to show you quickly what it does or what this is and how it works and how to set it up. So over here I have the discussions tab, but really I want to, let's go to discussions first. We can talk about it from there. In the discussions tab, we have a couple sections. We have pinned discussions. We have discussions or closed for comments. What a discussion is it's essentially just an online forum where students can give answers to specific prompts, right? So for example, if you are learning about, I don't know, let's create a discussion topic and let's call it causes of World War Deuce, right? So in the discussion prompt, I'm going to say, list two causes of the Second World War, or just of World War II. Explain why these incidents / decisions led to war. How would you have changed these events if you could? Right? And so you can give them a question prompt, right? And again, you can, this is just like a page. We can embed video, we can put in a PDF document in here, we can make a table, whatever we want to do, right? Now we can choose if we want to post this to just one specific section or all of my sections. So maybe instead of having your in-person classes fill this out online, you actually have the conversation in person, and then anyone taking the class online has to do the discussion in this format. That's fine too. That's a choice you can make. You can also attach a file to the discussion so that students can download a file and then look at that in order to answer their question or help them answer their question. We can allow threaded replies. This basically just means that the reply will be threaded out. You're not really going to worry about that too much. Users must post before seeing replies. I do this often, especially if I'm asking for an opinion. I want students to give their own opinion before they read everyone else's opinion and then just copy off of another student, right? So you might do that so that they have to post their reply before they can read anyone else's. I can enable a podcast feed, meaning I can have a podcast on this topic that students can look at. Actually, I'm not even sure what that is. Include student replies. I'm going to have to dig into that and see what that really means, because that is interesting. I might have just learned something new. I don't remember seeing that before. Anyway, I can say that this is a graded discussion, which all of my discussions are grading, and you can allow liking, meaning students can like each other's responses without giving any kind of response. So students can go in there and they can say, they can click the button, just kind of like on Facebook where they can give a like, or on Reddit where they can give an upvote. And you can also sort it by likes or say only graders can like. I like sorting by likes because then the best responses float to the top. And another thing I always do in the discussion up here is I say, please respond to 2 other students, blah, 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 because it kind of forces them to interact with each other. If you don't tell them they have to interact with each other or that it's a part of the grade, then you just get kids posting their own responses and then they don't even read anyone else's, right? So having them respond to each other, that is that forces them to at least read the posts that they're going to respond to. We could do group discussions. I don't really play around with these too much, but you can turn on group discussions if you want. You can set the amount of points that it's worth. You can just change the display grade or how you display this assignment. You can change the assignment to group. You can require peer reviews. And you can set all the assignment stuff here, right? So this is pretty easy, especially compared to quizzes that we talked about in the last video. What separates this from, I'm going to add a due date. Let's say it's due tomorrow. What separates this from quizzes is what it looks like to the student. So when the student goes to the discussion, they will see this, and this is the teacher's prompt up here. List 2 causes of World War II. Explain why these incidents/decisions led to war. How could you have changed these events if you could? Please respond to 2 other students. And so they can see, this is the header, this is the top of the discussion. And then down here, they can click reply and type in their reply. I think, I'm going to write a student response. World War II was because World War I and Hitler, right? So this would be 0 points on an assignment. You have to let them know I'm grading this based on your writing ability and using academically valuable language, and I want to see full answers, full sentences for your responses, stuff like that. But we can, let's say the student, that's their response. So then it pops up with their profile picture, their name, the time they responded, and then it gives their response right there. And students can come in there and they can like responses. Now you can, as the teacher, you can remove responses. Let's say I don't like the fact that this response isn't written well, and I don't want this to be an example for other students. I can actually delete students' posts. As the teacher, you can hide or delete students' posts. So let's say it's inappropriate, and I don't want other students to be exposed to this inappropriate comment that a student made. I personally, as the teacher, I would make a screenshot of that, and then I would hide it from other students so that I can talk to the student about it later. You can also search specifically for so like if students want to find their friends' responses, they can type their friend's name in here and find it. Now here's the thing. I love discussions because if you get enough kids in here interacting with each other, they start sharing ideas and writing stuff back and forth to each other, and you get some really good conversations on these prompts. I use this mainly as a class opener. This is my bell ringer activity. Students come in, they log in, they jump on, they go to the discussion, and they answer the prompt for that week. And then on the next day, I have them responding to other students' responses. So that's how I have my discussion set up. Now, the nice thing about discussions is you can also, let's go back to the modules. You can also add them into your module as well. So I can hit this plus button. I can go to discussion. I can pick the causes of World War II, add the item, and then it gets added into my module as well. And so I can sort it. Let's increase my indent because this is a graded assignment. So then that assignment is added into my module. So you can put your discussions right in there. Discussions are great. I love it. It forces students to really think about a topic and really generate an argument and be able to defend that argument against other students. And it allows students to give each other props for giving good answers and stuff like that. Discussions is a great thing, and I think you definitely want to consider using them at least once or twice to try them out. But discussions are fantastic. Okay, that's it for this video. In the next video, we are going to, I forgot, but we're going to do something cool. I think we're going to get into settings or maybe the grade book, probably settings. and then we'll do gradebook, and then I think the last video we'll talk about linking Aspire and Canvas. But anyway, we're almost to the end of the series, so if you've stuck with me this long, great, fantastic. Hopefully you've learned a lot, and there's a little bit more to go. So I'll see you in the next video.